This will be my pathetic attempt to document my healing journey, and it's a healing journey of getting better from oral dysbiosis. Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, so just to make sure I don't forget anything, I have some notes here, and because I have a huge stage fright stage on my kitchen floor, then I have somebody here. So I start with a simple fact that whenever I've had ever like a health issue or problem that I don't know how to solve, I don't know, I need to fix my kitchen, I need to clean, whatever, or let's say I had some health issue, I would go to YouTube. Throughout all my life, I would always go and see if there's an experience story somebody has. Did anybody else feel that way? What did they do? How did they fix it? Usually it works. It works. Almost always. And this time it didn't. So I was quite terrified when I realized that I have an issue that YouTube cannot fix. And I am only saying it because before I turned to YouTube, I turned to the doctors, and the doctors couldn't fix it. So I guess I'm making this video, and in general, like the series, I hope it will become as an attempt to make the world a better place with more information. I guess, my attempt for someone in a similar situation to have easier time with this issue. So, I imagine if you clicked on this, you might already know, but I start with giving a definition what technically is oral dysbiosis. So it's basically, we all know that we have mouth bacteria, right? There is bacteria in your saliva. Yeah, did you know that? So that's when dysbiosis is when the good and the bad bacteria, they're not really balanced and everything is not okay. It's bad. So there's different stages of it. There's mild, there's severe, there's something very terrible. And the most average forms are probably gingivitis and peritonitis. Those are technically dysbiosis that every dentist or periodontist could treat. And you have like billion home treatments and billion videos in YouTube. But when it comes to something more difficult, it can be confusing, to say the least. So this first video, I'm trying to go against my nature and not have it too long. So I'm just gonna describe the events that took place in order, and then the next videos will be more like, okay, what am I doing now? What's the next step? What's the next doctor? What's going on? Because this situation has been going on like 4 months now. 4 months of constant pain in my mouth mostly. Yeah, sleepless nights, quite a little bit of crying, and only being able to eat through a straw. Yeah, not fun. So, once upon a time there was a root canal treatment that was done to someone, and it failed. Oops daisy, things fail sometimes. So then I went to the doctor, how do you pronounce it? How do you say it? The one who's root canal specialist. We have a different name for it in Estonia. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I went to RCT specialist, like another one, not the one who did it at first and then it failed, because I was like, well, she did it and it failed, so maybe she didn't do it right. She was on vacation anyways, couldn't turn to her. She just did it and then she went to Canada. Anyways, I found another specialist, asked for retreatment, or just, wondering if we could just, maybe we have to pull it. I wanted her opinion. And it seemed like I unfortunately happened to stumble onto a doctor who had a bad day or was just really in a rush or couldn't be bothered. So even though I tried to explain my story several times, it's just kinda trying to make her listen, but she didn't. And I mean, her version was that I'm just having inflamed gums, or like having gum inflammation, and I was like, well, but it's the same tooth that was just treated, and it was fine, and now it's not, it's only that area. Wouldn't that be like teeth? And she's like, well, sometimes things like that happen, sometimes it is only on one area. And I'm like, yeah, it still doesn't make any sense. I feel pain in there, not only on the gums, And she was not having it. So I was trying to argue my way and bring my logic into it and ask for retreatment, but she was like, nope, take the chlorhexidine and get out of my office. That's not exactly how she worded it. Maybe a little bit more politically correct, but yeah, that's basically what happened. So the next step from there was I went to another root canal specialist asking for retreatment. And then, I got the same thing all over again. I got, they made the 3D scan just to be sure, And the 3D scan didn't show anything, because obviously if you just had treatment and then failed, then technically bacteria wouldn't have enough time to chew on the bone and etc. and create like internal abscess or whatever. I don't know how much you know about root canals, but anyways, they didn't see visually on the scan anything, but I was feeling it, and that was hard. So their explanation was, because there's nothing on the scan and we cannot see visibly anything, you're fine. So take the chlorhexidine and the door is there. I was frustrated. I remember myself screaming and shouting at them that if you're not gonna do the retreatment, at least fucking pull the tooth out. And I remember her laughing in my face and saying, sweetie, there's nothing wrong with your tooth. Nobody's gonna pull it out because there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, so that's basically what she said. And I wanted to punch her in the fucking face when she said it. But I didn't. I left and I cried. And yeah, she actually came after me when I was crying at the reception and etc. She came and said, and use chlorhexidine, everything will be alright. I fucking hate the word chlorhexidine now because all of that PTSD I got from this experience. So yeah, this video series will be concentrating basically on what oral dysbiosis is and my journey on how to heal from it, or how I'm hopefully healing from it. Sometimes I'm starting to lose hope, and sometimes really starting to lose hope. Eventually the tooth was extracted, just to, be clear, and that's how it went. But by the time there was another the next doctor. By the time it was extracted by my lovely dentist, who I love now, I'm in love with her. So then things had gone really bad. So like the infection and the pathogenic bacteria that started developing in the RCT tooth actually went onto my oral mucosal layer, I guess you'd say that. So like all of the cavity, like the mucosal layer was infected with a bad bacteria, and it started to create like sticky biofilms. If usually your saliva would be like really liquid, then yeah, that just became kind of nasty and painful, super painful. So I was hoping that eventually when they pull the teeth and they gave me some antibiotic, I was hoping it would fix. And same was, the hope of my current dentist. But unfortunately, even though I felt better overall, because tooth infection, it affects a lot body. I felt better in general, but I never actually got my mouth microbiome back to normal. So, what my doctor did, she just, the symptoms returned and another set of antibiotics. And I didn't know any better, so okay, I just took the antibiotics and hoping that will work this time, and the treatment ends and the symptoms come back. So that was about 3 or 4 or whoever remembers how many sets of antibiotics, until my doctor, she was just like, we can't keep doing this. This is way too bad for overall. We gotta stop this. I don't know how it's gonna be fixed, but you gotta do it without antibiotics from now on. So she didn't know how it's gonna get fixed. I'm not a doctor. How am I gonna know? And during all of this time, not anybody who was, dealing with the situation, or any doctors that I was consulting, those 3, none of them had the idea that, oh yeah, if the stuff is bad, maybe you should add some good to it. So never during the treatments or consultations I ever heard the words oral probiotics. Never. No doctor ever mentioned that as an option, or something that you should do if you have a dysbiosis. Where I learned that? AI. Yeah, that's where I learned it. So really, by now I feel like I trust AI when it comes to medicine more than I trust the doctors. And just a tip, never go to a dentist in Estonia. Something minor like a cavity, I believe in them. I believe they can do it. But, root canals, everything else, complicated, I don't know. Yeah, maybe go to your grandma. Ask her. I believe she knows better. But that's it for a video this time. You know what's the situation and what the series is gonna be about. So then I see you soon.